I've been to so many cities that is just devoid of culture. They exist and there's nothing wrong with the city. It's it's whatever. It's a nice city. But like, it doesn't have any kind of feeling to it. I mean, Nashville has had a glow up for 15 years. Wow. And it's pretty incredible that when I first started playing Nashville, that it was the smaller of the cities. It's a perfectly fine city, but I am happier, and I feel like Memphis is a cooler city.
Memphis is where it's at.
It is where it's at.
Without a doubt.
It is where it's at. I tell people all the time that come spend a weekend here. I'm not telling you to come visit for a week. This is not the beach.
Give me 3 days.
This is not the beach. Spend a weekend here and you'll have the best time.
Time of your life.
You'll have the best time.
The out-of-towners, the former Memphians sometimes, they're the ones that bag it the most.
Yes.
Like on social media.
Dude.
The best day of my life is when I moved to northern Minnesota 22 years ago and left Memphis. I'm like, get us out of your mind then.
Yeah, I know.
There's a song there somewhere because I think Memphis is mentioned in more songs than any other.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
There's a song there basically telling those people, like, leave Memphis in your tail lights.
I think we just wrote a song for our guy right here.
We just started the makings of
credits.
a new song.
Songwriter credits.
Of a new song. Well, hello there. Welcome to the Where It's At podcast. My name is J.R. Moore. To my right, my man Alex. To my left, the ever handsome Greg Graber. This is a show. You'll be like, what is this show? This is a show about culture, business, sports, creativity, and most importantly, it has the best hair of 3 middle-aged men of any podcast in Memphis, in this building.
In Memphis.
Good Mythical Morning's got some good hair. We were struggling there.
In our vicinity, we have the best hair of 3 middle-aged men who are currently recording a podcast.
Yeah, I think you're right.
And we are excited to be here. This is pilot. This is episode 1 of many. That's what we've told our wives, at least. We might come to the point where we just hang out with each other and we're like, babe, we're going to film a podcast. She's like, where does this publish? Oh, it's on the dark web. Don't worry. And we're just hanging out, like just shooting the breeze and drinking whiskey. It's going to be great. So I'm going to start out with you, Mr. Alex.
Yes.
Why are you doing this? And who are you?
Yeah.
Who are you?
It's a really good question. You know, I think first and foremost, like, I'm a Memphian when you think about why am I doing this.
Absolutely.
Born and raised in this city, Getwell and Willow. We still own the house over there, and I can.
Do you really?
Yeah, we do.
Love that.
I don't know that you'd want to drive down the street without protection, but we own the house. And the cool thing about it is, like, you drive by that house, today over on Harville, and there's 2 trees in the front yard.
Yeah.
And they sent me home those trees in like 3rd grade from Willow Oaks on Earth Day. They gave us trees.
You planted
those trees, and now they're like bigger than the house, right? So
that's fantastic.
I'm that Memphis. I'm literally like, that's basically Orange Mound if we're clocking the area. And I grew up there, and then it was just lucky enough to be surviving to this point. But the fact that I made it out alive, out of poverty and kind of an impoverished background, to get to where I am today, to just be a champion for this city.
Absolutely.
Like, that's what I am and who I am. And I think that finding 2 guys that are also champions of the city, that have also been giving along in the city, like, that's why I'm doing this. And you're both brilliant, you're both handsome, and extremely talented. So it was kind of
I love
Listen, if you're not watching this show, think about what you're missing out on. If you're a listener only and not a viewer, you are missing out on an unprecedented amount of handsomeness that you should be watching right now. Greg!
Yeah,
Yes, sir. I'm a lifelong Memphian as well. Proud to be from here. Born in the hard streets of Germantown.
Man.
Grew up there.
Yeah.
Somehow survived.
Yeah, hood rat.
Hood rat. Moved off for boarding school, college, came back.
Wait, you went to boarding school?
Yeah. Boarding school.
Boarding school.
Yeah, that's a whole episode.
God.
Montverde Academy. You may have heard
Really?
of it.
Yeah.
Really good sports school. So
sports school.
People think basketball when they hear that, but I was a soccer guy. I was the only American on the soccer team.
No
like
kidding.
Stone Ages. Their basketball, we're getting off here, sorry. Their
That's how it's supposed
basketball
to
is
happen.
storied, but soccer, I don't think they've lost a game in 40 years.
Wow.
Unbelievable program.
You're part of that legacy.
But anyway.
Part of the legacy.
Or they needed a
Living legend,
token
ladies and
Memphian.
gentlemen.
Either that. They're like, we have to find an American somewhere. Let's get this guy. He's got great hair.
So I appreciate that. I like the smoke blowing here. It's good. It's making me helping my self-esteem.
This is how we do it. We build you up just to tear you down.
I love it. I love it.
It's kind of a song page too.
Moved off a couple times, college, work. There's a vortex about Memphis.
Sure.
If you're from here, I love it.
Yep.
I absolutely love it. I'm a big advocate like you guys.
Absolutely.
I see the jerseys behind us.
Oh, yeah.
I'm pumped up. Yeah.
I love that. I love that. Well, so
What about you?
I am a lifelong Memphian as well. I grew up in the dirty Dover. I was
It's trying times.
I am a
Love it.
suburbanite if there ever was one, although I did live in North Memphis in college. Get some of that.
Alex's Hamburgers.
Right just down the street, right off Valentine.
Let's go. Let's go. Shout out to the legend.
My brother went to Rhodes and he was like, listen, there's a great apartment complex. You can live there while you're in college. And I was like, this sounds great. I had no idea that. I told my friends I was in Midtown. They're like, no, if your apartment complex backs up to Northside High School, I think that means you're in North Memphis. And I was like, oh, okay, sweet. Sounds great. But it was great. And then I've been a musician for, I don't know, 25 years or so, and have toured everywhere, all over the country, all and part of the globe, and could live anywhere. And there's something about, it just feels like home, and it's just a cooler city. I've been to so many cities that is just devoid of culture. They exist and there's nothing wrong with the city. It's it's whatever. It's a nice city. But it doesn't have any kind of feeling to it when you're in here. It just has a different feel. There's something to be said that every time I would say, hey, thanks for having us. We're called Ingram Hill from Memphis. That somebody would come up later and go, dude, Memphis, that's such a cool city. What a great music city. It's so awesome that you say you're from Memphis. That's where bands should be saying they're from. That happens so more times than I could possibly count in my life. And so that means something. We're not the only ones that feel it. That people who visit go, all right, it's kind of a great city.
Memphis is where it's at.
It is where it's at.
Without a doubt.
It is where it's at. I tell people all the time that come spend a weekend here. I'm not telling you to come visit for a week. This is not the beach.
Give me 3 days.
This is not the beach.
But the interesting
But
thing...
spend a weekend here, and you'll have the best time.
Time of your life.
You'll have the best time.
The out-of-towners, the former Memphians sometimes, and I have some really good friends, as I know you guys too, we've discussed this before. They're Memphians, they move off. They're the ones that bag it the most.
Yes.
Like on social media.
Dude.
The best day of my life is when I moved to northern Minnesota 22 years ago and left Memphis. I'm like, get us out of your mind then. If you don't know.
What is... Why
Those
are
are
you
the worst. And I
still
love you guys
hating?
if you're watching, but yeah, it's like...
There's a song there somewhere because I think Memphis is mentioned in more songs than any other.
yeah.
And even
Absolutely.
as a song, there's a song there basically telling those people leave Memphis in your tail
I think we just wrote a song for our guy right here.
We just started the
Credits. We
makings
get credits.
of a new song.
Songwriter credits.
Of
make
a
sure.
new song. And as much work as Nashville has had a glow up for 15 years, and it's pretty incredible that when I first started playing Nashville, that it was the smaller of the cities between us and Memphis, and it was like just going. I could have been playing Birmingham as playing Nashville. It's about the same thing, and people ask all the time. Oh, so you're moving? Did you move? You moved to Nashville, right? Don't you live in Nashville now? I'm like, no, I don't. I live in a way cooler town. Nashville's great. There's nothing wrong with it. It's a nice place. It's fun.
It's great.
But
Elon's got to build us a tunnel.
I've got friends overseas that, when we come there, we're going to go to Nashville. It's right next to No, it's 3 hours away.
Not right next to it.
Yeah.
It's not right next to it.
Yeah.
It's a perfectly fine city, but I am happier, and I feel like Memphis is a cooler city.
Yeah, it's our water. We have great water. here.
Artesian wells.
And if you're a Memphis water company looking to sponsor a podcast,
Or vodka. We have a local vodka company.
We do. We have a lot of
whiskey.
good
Yeah.
great beer,
We have great beers.
Very
here.
good beer.
great.
Why
beer.
are we drinking water?
I'm trying to figure it out now.
I know.
Light bulbs
see
going
how
on
they-
over here.
Time out. Let's fix this. This is where the edit happens, and now it's vodka.
I love it.
We do have great. I will say, I go out of my way to drink local brews or local breweries.
Absolutely.
obviously they're like it's like the base level, like whatever is your Bud Light or your Miller Lite, and like I'm not gonna be offended if somebody hands me a Miller Lite or whatever. But if you're asking me what I want, it is what I'm gonna go to the store and buy. I'm almost always going to buy a local. Whatever they put out, just to try it.
Ghost River,
or Memphis Made, or Wiseacre, like any of those.
Love Wiseacre.
So good. All of them.
Crosstown, they're all great.
And even liquor now, you know, with what Old Dominic's has been doing, and then the guys behind El Jaguar, and Waymar Gin.
Absolutely,
it's happened. They just launched a new whiskey here, Duck Club whiskey. I mean, Memphis is the epicenter of all good shit.
Yep,
it's a birthplace of rock and roll. That's really modern culture, if you want to dig down to it.
Absolutely, right? It just has a different grit to it. There is your clean and polished this, and then there's your like, I don't want to be over here. And then there's Memphis that has like a little grit to it.
It's like real.
It does feel real, but also can be super nice. I feel like you can find everything you want here, but also have a little bit of like personality to it that not everywhere has.
I described it to someone the other day. It's the Philadelphia of the South. A little bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right?
There we go.
Okay.
There we go.
Authentic.
They're
a little
meaner.
A little bit.
They're a little meaner.
Yeah. Veterans Stadium used to have a jail under it. There's that.
Yeah. So, there is that.
Philly fans are tough. It's funny because I go to a lot of Grizzlies games and sit behind the opposing team bench, and like we rib them a little bit.
Sure.
And some people can handle it, right? And other like you'll get them fired up. The other day I got James Posey fired up.
Did you really?
He turns around. He was on a coaching staff with the Portland Trailblazers.
I was going to say he's still playing. He's like
you remember James Posey?
Yeah, of course.
Right?
Great shooter.
And I didn't even know it was him until he turns around. I'm like, oh, hey, James Posey. And I asked him if they were tanking, which, you know, I guess that's a sensitive subject with Chauncey Billups. And I was kind of kidding because like they were rolling out a G. I was like, I don't recognize any of these guys. And he turns around, he basically tells me to, you know, shut the F up and enjoy the game with my kid. And I was like, look, I'm teaching my kid how to talk trash. This is part of the
This is what fandom is for.
Yeah, this is part of why we sit here.
Yeah, that's
you know,
exactly
I'm here
right.
I'll be here all year. I'll be here all year next year. So you can handle it, James Posey. So anyway, it's a little bit of fun, but I would say we're on that level.
Philly is interesting. So there was a couple of years ago, there was a robot that like traveled the world. And people from whatever city the robot was in would come out and cheer and do little things for the robot. In Philly, they got bats and they beat the shit. They killed the robot. And I'm like, I like this city.
That is my kind of town. Well, speaking of cities, all right. I mean, why are we doing a podcast about this? Everybody, we can sit around and talk great about Memphis all we want to, or just why are we recording a podcast? Tell the people what is the purpose of us doing this, and why do it now?
So there's no greater time, I think, to take this opportunity right now in Memphis, and that's because you talked about Nashville's glow up.
Yep,
like, Memphis is next.
We're due.
We are next. You saw they're building this. You know, for the first time, I think in history, capital's coming together and business leaders are coming together to work on the same thing. This idea behind the digital delta.
Yep.
And what this is a major infrastructure and capital investment into Memphis as an AI hub.
Yep.
And look at what like Walmart did in Bentonville, Arkansas. Why don't we just point to that?
Dude.
Where they said, hey, if you want to sell your product in Walmart, Johnson & Johnson,
right,
put a headquarters here.
I love the way they did that. It's brilliant.
Why not us?
Yeah.
Why are we not doing that? And because the storytelling out of Memphis all the time is like shooting ourselves on the own foot, own foot. Like the headlines that sell for our news are like murder this and kidnap that. Like, okay, that happens everywhere.
Sure.
Who's telling the news of like this $1 billion investment that's coming into our city? And this is the infrastructure hub of the world with FedEx. And
yes.
I mean, you think about what's happened here, I-40 and I-55 connecting here, the hubs of America, and then the number one plane infrastructure in the country.
Absolutely.
Don't you think somebody's got to tell this story?
I agree. It is often Memphis has a PR problem and a narrative problem. The only thing you ever hear is the negative stuff when there's incredible stuff that happens here. And I think you're right. I think Memphis is next on the glow up. People ask me all the time. They're like, "Why? Nashville's right there. Why do you live in Memphis? Why did you not move to Nashville? Why did you stay there?" And I just think there's so much good stuff happening here, and not enough people talk about it in a way that reaches people. I think it's a discussion that happens among friends, maybe, or happens while you're sitting next to somebody at a Grizzlies game or whatever. I just don't think it gets out to where people tell the positive stories of Memphis. And to be fair, it's the reason social media is what it is, and why people say wild stuff and why the news is just there to scare tactics, because fear sells.
That's right.
Fear sells. And they're in the business of trying to make as much money as they can to keep the lights turned on.
Yeah.
So I get it. But you're in doing that, it's burying what's cool about here. And it doesn't mean that there's not stuff we can do to make it better. It doesn't mean there's not things we can do to make the city more fun. You can't just tell people, hey, go have fun, and not give them reasons to go to have fun in the city and feel safe. However, nobody's telling that story, I don't feel like.
That's right.
And so...
Yeah, and I feel like as native Memphians, even us, we're big advocates of the city. We love it, but we all seem to have this collective inferiority complex about Memphis at times. We're our own worst ambassadors.
Yes.
And there's so much to offer here. I have friends that come over from England or different places, and they absolutely fall in love with it. It's the cost of living. It's a great place if you're a young entrepreneur. The food, the history and the culture is so rich. And I do think we are that next city. There's always a glow up, right?
Yep.
So I'm a little bit older than you guys. Hopefully not much, but Atlanta was Nashville.
Yeah.
A long time. You guys
Absolutely.
were little kid, right? But when I was a teenager, and then there was Austin, Texas, as a music guy.
Yep.
Nashville now. I feel like Memphis is destined for that.
I think you're right. I think the curve, the thing that's scaring people about it, with the whole with the digital Delta thing and the AI development, it's not everything we have that's been part of our infrastructure has been very hands-on. Whether it be music, is a very you can feel it, you can hear it, you know what this is. With FedEx, it's shipping, it's planes. You can see it. Everybody works there. They're loading boxes. It's very what is the
tangible?
Word? Tangible. Thank you. And the AI thing is scary, and nobody understands it. And it's just these big buildings that create draw a lot of power, and you're like, and it's Elon Musk, and
it's controversial.
And it's controversial, And he's had the best press in the world, but it's bringing business and stuff to this area that I think it's a little scary to people, that they don't know what to do with it, and it's not something they fully understand, at which point they're like, this has got to be bad.
I get it. As a city that's been apologizing for ourselves since we killed Dr. King. Our city did that dumb shit. Excuse my French, right? Like, we could have done better, right?
Sure.
So there's these moments in our past, so we can face them, right? We can sit there and say, gosh, maybe there is a little bit of a curse over this city, right? If you take one of the ghost tours down in Memphis, they'll tell you that. There's a riverboat ship where people burnt and perished, hundreds of people. Nothing there's some dark kind of
yellow
deep
fever.
Yep.
Yes. The epidemic.
Yeah, and so if you keep talking about the bad things, you're manifesting that.
Sure.
And at what point do we manifest the greatness and the good things, and we shake those negative things, shake the ghosts of the past?
Yep.
And somebody's got to lead that. And I think the three of us all individually have kind of made our marks in our own individual, but can use our audience and use who we are for good to shape the story that comes out of this city.
I totally think
on a regular basis. So we'll bring on guests, we'll bring on other people. Hopefully we'll have mayors and leaders and business leaders and join where it's at, because this is where it's at. We want this to be the podcast for great news and obviously entertaining too. I think we're all great, handsome guys.
We're all great, handsome guys.
Great.
I like that now.
We deserve it.
Should we change the title? Just great, handsome guys?
It's
great, handsome guys.
It's taken him, 15 minutes to go from I'm sitting with two handsome guys to now we're all great, handsome guys. He's now including himself into it, which I think is really, you've come a long way in 15 minutes, Alex.
Cheers.
And good job to that.
Cheers to the good looks.
So,
cheers to the handsomeness.
Digital Delta. Did you coin that term?
No,
that is
no,
a beautiful term.
Yeah. So if you know the Chamber of Commerce and the people behind that, really Ted Townsend, I'll have to ask him who's got a trademark.
Sure.
But at the chairman's luncheon, which was incredible last week with Ted Townsend and Richard Smith on stage, these are great men, right? Who are actively investing in this area.
Yep.
And then with XAI and all that came on. So I didn't coin that term, but the Chamber of Commerce is taking it and running it. But that's who we are. It's what we are. I think it's a great. You've probably heard it. So,
I have. Yeah. It's got to be. And it's funny, you like saying you're going to this chamber thing, and they're on stage talking about it, and it just feels like there's those. They clearly have a belief that this is going to work, and it feels like even like. I remember when the Grizzlies were just talking about coming here, and like my grandparents were like, "That's never going to work. They're going to leave." I mean, this is long. This is 30 years ago, 20 or 30 years ago. That like it's a long embedded thing of like, that's not going to work. Not here. That's not going to work. That like. It's ingrained into a lot of people of going like, I mean, yeah, that's a good idea, but that's not going to work. That we need more people like them to be like,
you're right.
To like be like exciting. This is the digital delta. This is exciting. Let's like
do this.
Let's do this thing. Like,
right.
and let everybody get on board and like, okay, embrace the excitement. And if it doesn't, if for whatever reason it doesn't work, we'll be like, well, okay, we put forth our full effort. We tried. Let's try the next thing.
That's right.
What's the next thing? What's the next thing to make our city awesome?
I need to buy that domain if it's not. I own the Grizzlies domain before they moved here.
Did you really?
That's a whole
Did you
episode.
really?
Yeah.
I
was one of the original cyber squatters.
Yeah.
Wow. There's incredible.
Whole story.
Yeah.
That is unbelievable.
Did you come off of it easily and willingly?
No, because it was after like the big ones like JoeMontana.com.
Sure.
All these big ones, they'd gotten scalped by guys like me and my buddy. We had like 10 beers one night and went to
good.
Used to be called, I don't know if it's still around, register.com.
Yeah.
It's like $30. We both paid 15 and got it. And then we're getting threatening letters from the NBA.
Of course.
Yes.
Yeah.
We're going to be billionaires. We got like a set of bobbleheads and like tickets for like 5 years. But it was great. It was great.
Hey, that's pretty good.
It was
That's
good.
listen.
So I've loved the Grizzlies ever since.
I mean, you get you leverage what you can leverage, and bobbleheads and 5 years of tickets is kind of worth it.
We dealt with like
get what you get and you don't throw a fit.
It was like Van Halen and the Green M&Ms, one of those kind
Oh,
of things.
that is incredible.
Yeah, we dealt with like Mike Golub and Andy Dolich and all those guys. They had us in the boardroom laughing.
Yeah.
This is the funniest shit ever. Tell us again. You had a beer and
Yeah.
Dude.
You had some foresight.
That is amazing.
Not enough. I should have done it earlier somewhere else. But when they named the 5 cities, I was like, what's $30? It was like Anaheim, St. Louis, New Orleans, Memphis. And,
what's $30? You're right.
So anyway.
That is,
and luckily they didn't.
So
change
the digital divide got me excited when you said
digital
that.
delta.
The digital delta. Sorry,
I love it.
Okay. It's good. So, I like it. So yeah, I think that's why us. I think that's why now. I think that's why here. And this becomes a platform for continue. You know, again, I think we'll splash on the Grizzlies and the Tigers when they lose, and I think we'll have fun things to talk about. But I really think telling the good news in Memphis is our job.
I agree. You know what? I want to jump on this now, even though just because you mentioned the Tigers. I don't know when this is going to air, and so who they played is almost irrelevant. I will say that the Tigers have a bit of an attendance problem right now, and have for a minute, and everybody talks about is the attendance problem and that there's nobody there, and it kind of reminds me of like if you're on a strip of bars and you look into a bar and there's nobody in there, you're like, that doesn't look like very much fun. I'm not going in there. And if you look at another bar and it's a lot of people, you go, something's going on in there. Maybe I should go in and see what's happening. And then you add to the amount of people, and it just snowballs from there. And the Tigers feel like they're in one of those lulls of like they're like an indie rock band who's fun, but nobody's going to see because nobody understands about it. Yeah, it's what it feels like right now. And only my talks about is how depressing it is that nobody's there. And this is what I can say. I went to the game last night because my daughter did a Memphis Palm Clinic, and part of the thing was like, you get to do the halftime show.
I work with
the
them,
Memphis
by
Palm
the way.
Girls. Really?
Yeah.
With the Memphis Palm Girls, you get to do halftime, like just a little routine with them at halftime. And so that was, it's smart because it gets parents to buy tickets and come to the game to see their kid dance at halftime. And I was tired. I had been working stuff all day. I didn't really want to go, but she was doing it. So the four of us went. It was a nobody school. There was a blowout win.
Alabama State.
I believe.
And we had a great time.
Fun,
It's
wasn't
fun.
it?
It
Fun.
wasn't
Got a lot of talent.
there wasn't many people there.
Did you notice one thing
And
though? I keep hearing their fan base is getting older.
Older.
and
They need a
the
revitalization
guys
of
our
young.
age are like
Yes.
Grizzlies guys now,
Yes.
That's what
right?
happened.
Yes.
Is
And
that
it's-
fair to say?
And especially your young adults, your late 20s,
Yeah.
early 30s.
Mm-hmm.
The Tigers haven't been really good in their lifetime. And the big story has been like the core four Grizzlies.
Yeah,
The Grizzlies
that's right.
were good
Yeah,
when
that's
they
right.
were young.
You're right.
Like when you become emotionally invested in a team, the Tigers were on a down,
100%.
and the Grizzlies were up,
Yeah.
and it just hasn't recovered.
Yeah.
But
There
like
was-
all I can say is that the four of us went and had a great time to a game that was not important. We got the pep band was playing and it sounded great. My son wouldn't stop singing the fight song when we left. He's like, "Why can't I get this song out of my head?" I'm like, "Because it's catchy. That's why you can't get it out of your head." And like. We have great food vendors at the forum. So my daughter had a rendezvous barbecue sandwich and was over the moon. My son eats like prison style, so he had a plain hot dog and was also over the moon and said it was
bologna sandwich and Sour Patch Kids.
buddy. He's a no sauce kid. Bologna and bread only. No cheese, no sauce, no nothing. So a plain hot dog and he was happy. And I thought they're telling the wrong story. The story is of like how we really got to get people out there, or it's the complaint of the league we're in, and it's a valid complaint. The conference sucks. However, it's fun to take the family out there.
I agree.
I took both kids and my wife went, and we haven't been to a game together, I think, since the last time I sang the national anthem, which was right before COVID. It was the last time we all four went.
Wow.
And we had a blast. My son was like in the tunnel giving high fives to the players and like could not have been happier. And I was like,
I don't buy the reason either that. So I work with different teams,
Yeah.
like being a mental performance coach.
Yep.
They were one of my clients for years for Pastner
Sure.
and Penny. NC State, Will Wade, how you doing, buddy? It's my biggest
Love
client. So I see a lot of this stuff, and what I keep hearing is with college athletics in general, it's because of the transfer portal.
Yep.
It's a different roster every year, and fans can't sort of get emotionally vested to that turnover.
Yep.
I don't buy it though. To
don't
your
either.
point, it's so much fun to go and see a game.
It's fun. It's just like if you're a basketball fan at all, which I am, it just being there in the room, in the arena, seeing it in person. These dudes are giants.
They're awesome.
And they're fast and they make stupid turnovers, and it's very frustrating sometimes to watch them play. But like you're watching, it's kind of like a court full of circus freaks.
Yeah.
Be incredible athletes, and like it's just a fun environment to be in. And I kind of was. It's almost like not seeing the forest for the trees.
Yeah.
Where you lose that because all you think about is like, why are we not in a better conference? Why are we in this crappy conference? Why is nobody going to the games? Why do they have a losing record? And
They play defense in college.
You just forget that, like, hey, take the family to a game, and I bet you your kids have a blast. And that's they're marketing this wrong. They're telling the wrong story. They should be trying to get people like, this is a good time to go to the games. When I was a kid, my parents took me to the Mid-South Coliseum because they had season tickets, and I didn't know if they won or lost.
Yeah.
I knew that it was a blast. That I was playing straws on the railing with the pep band, and I fell in love with Andre Turner and Keith Lee. I have no idea if they were good or not. They were just good to me.
They could have been beating Southern Miss or Louisville.
Who
Who cares?
don't care? And it was just a good. It was
Yeah.
the arena was fun to be in, and I think that's a thing they're missing, that marketing avenue of like just trying to get families to come to the game, and even to apply the roster turnover. Yes, that is a problem, but why are they? There's a way to like learn about the players. Why don't you do a PR thing where you're like, hey, Daily Memphian or Commercial Appeal or whoever want to do a story on Doug McDaniel or
Yeah.
whoever else,
That's right.
or Julius Thetford, who's a local Memphian.
Right. Yeah.
Why are-
Curtis Gibbs III.
Why are we not
Played right
telling
here in
these
Memphis.
stories? Why are we not like
100%.
what's the deal with like hiding the players
Yeah.
and
They're-
trying to control everything? Let's tell their stories and make people fall in love with them.
I
You
see
can do
they're
it.
like frozen in fear a little bit with
Yes.
this NIL thing, right?
Yes.
Where it's like, we got to get these kids, we got to keep them, and it's like everything is coming at college athletics so
Yep.
fast they can't figure it out.
Yep.
And you're seeing the programs that run it like a business are the
Yep.
ones that start to win. Part
Absolutely.
of business is your storytelling.
Is your
PR.
storytelling
100%.
And
it's-
maybe in fact the most important part of your business.
Absolutely. I always thought it was I always rolled my eyes at it when Cal was here, and would always be like, "Don't worry about who we're playing. Just come see our team." And I was like, "That being he's being a car salesman again." And to be fair, he was, but he's also maybe the best there ever was at it. And now that I think about it, he's not wrong.
Do we feel like the coach's personality has a lot to do with it? And Penny's a good friend of mine. I'm not saying he doesn't.
I think that
he has a good personality.
I think that it does. I think that I think he could do a better salesman job.
Yeah.
And if he doesn't want to, then get Ed Scott, who is a great talker.
Yeah.
Get Ed out there doing it. They have people who can tell these stories, and I just feel like they're not telling them. They're too worried about keeping it closed down, and we'll run it how we want to run it.
Andre Turner would be great
Get him
in the
out.
community. Everyone loves him.
Everybody
He's on
loves
the staff.
I saw Willie Kemp coach Whitehaven last night.
Did you really?
I mean, these guys are in the community.
Yes.
That's the point, right?
Yes.
These heroes
These
of
heroes.
our past.
Coleman's at St. George's. I think he's the middle school athletic director.
St.
or
Louis,
something
right?
like that.
I had
St.
St.
George's.
Yeah.
I had an
Incredible.
entire underwhelming athletic career wearing the number 10 because of Andre Turner.
The little general, man.
Literally, that's why I wanted to wear number 10
saying.
for my entire athletic career was because of him.
And these guys, you go back and look at their careers, they were probably here 2, 3, 4 years, right?
Yes.
Penny, I think we got 2 years with maybe.
Yep.
The point is that Penny is a legend, a hero in this city.
Yep.
And the divide that's always happened between the blue hairs or silver hairs or whatever they call them, right? Where it's like, here's the Memphis money coming to watch like the Memphis inner city heroes play basketball.
Right.
And then it became toxic where it was like, if you were a Memphis kid, you didn't want to go to Memphis and have all the pressure. And then, and I can remember like being on the message boards, the Memphis Tigers.org, who's coming to Memphis. It's different now, right?
Yeah.
So you have to embrace that.
It is.
And you got to bring people out got to bring your kids to the game. If you're watching this podcast, take your kids to a Memphis game. We're in the middle of the season. Go do it.
Just go do it. Who cares if you're playing? It's just fun.
Yeah.
Go get a plain hot dog and a rendezvous sandwich, and your kids will have a great time.
And it's cheaper than the Grizzlies.
At the game last night.
Yeah, if you're looking for entertainment.
At the game last night, they did a shout out. I'm not even sure what the shout out was for, but they honored an ex-player named Steve Ballard from the 80s. And I was like, I remember that dude. He's a dentist. He's a local dentist. And like they were just like, shout out Steve Ballard, played 87 to 89. And I was like, come on, man. A guy stayed in the community, got a doctor, became a doctor. And like the city's,
gives back now.
Gives back.
You remember those guys like Ricky McCoy? He was like a cop.
Oh, yeah.
Forever, right?
Yeah.
I love those guys that do that.
Yeah.
They give back and they stay.
Memphis has some legends.
There's a reason a lot of them stay. There's a reason a lot of them come back. There's a reason a lot of
Remember Andre Allen?
Grizzlies.
Yeah.
Yes. There's a reason a lot of Grizzlies even who are not natives.
Zebo.
Tony Allen.
Tony Allen
Saw
lives
him at
here.
the airport.
Yeah, the Millers.
Bonzi Wells, I think, is coaching over at Lemoyne.
Yep.
Pretty sure he's the head coach.
Mike Miller, the Millers stayed.
Unbelievable.
Like there's a reason they stay because it's a good town.
Same reason we've stayed.
That's exactly right. Memphis has a narrative problem. They got
Memphis.
It really feels like they should spend like the local tourism or the whatever kind of campaigns they're running. Whether they have you see like even like St. Louis will run tourism ads on Grizzlies broadcasts or whatever. It feels like Memphis should be doing a heavy tourism campaign of like the positives of Memphis.
The positives. And there are a lot here.
And there are a lot.
Yeah. Hey guys, I want to talk to you about Signature Advertising. For over 30 years, Signature Advertising has helped brands stand out, connect, and grow. We're a full-service marketing firm, but at heart, we're storytellers who know how to get results. We've worked with everything from startup companies to the biggest brands on the planet, including global leaders like FedEx, Hilton Hotels, ServiceMaster, True Green, and International Paper, as well as purpose-driven organizations like St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. If you're ready for a smarter strategy and creative that delivers, let's talk. Learn more at signature901.com.
So, fellas, all right. What we have talked about so far is why Memphis is great. What's going on now? What is the narrative problem? What can we do to fix it? But what do you think is the next thing up and coming in Memphis? Like, where do you think we're going here?
Yeah.
Are we now the Silicon Valley of the Southeast?
Of the Mid-South.
The Mid-South Silicon Valley.
Silicon Valley of the South.
Well,
Or the Silicon Delta.
I think so. Honestly,
Yeah.
I'm going to be bullish on that. And how do I tie that back to culture and sports? Is like the first thing we got to do is like keep what's great in the city, like
Sure.
the Grizzlies.
Yes.
Like, we have to keep the Grizzlies.
Yep.
You know, we look at the arena that we're in, and it needs to be updated. And people are like, it's been 25 years,
25 years.
since we built the FedEx Forum. And
Yeah.
at one time, it was the jewel of sports arenas when it was. I don't think that's the case anymore.
No. It's still nice, but it ain't. It could use some work.
Yeah,
It needs the update.
And you look, and I think we were just running the numbers before the show, and we figured out that Robert Parra bought the Grizzlies for like $375 million originally.
Yeah.
And they've recently got $1 billion, a $3 billion valuation in some, as they took private. In some circles we've heard, the number hasn't been released.
Sure.
We know that it's somewhere between 2.5 and $3 billion.
Wow.
So he's made a few dollars off of it.
Seems
Where
that
does
way.
it lie between, like, is it Parra's job or no? Probably not. Or is it the city's job? Because, we wasted $2 million in consultants to figure out whether or not we're going to build a soccer stadium. I mean, there's things we've done wrong. So,
Yeah.
like, what in the future? One, we got to attract AI, but two, we got to get these things right.
100%. I think it's the city's job to keep the Grizzlies here. I think the Grizzlies are not trying to leave. There are ways that they can be putting a thumb on the scale, or trying to do the thing of like where you're mean to the girl so she breaks up with you, and you're not until you don't look at the bad guy, and so they can lay out reasons of like, well, we asked you to do all these things and the city wouldn't do them, so they gave us no choice but to leave. I don't think they're trying to leave. I think they want to stay, but like they're not just gonna like be like, well. They're not just going to stay in the city, not take care of some.
Got to
certain
sell
things.
tickets.
They
Got to sell jerseys.
They got to sell tickets and jerseys, and if the Grizzlies are like trying to say like, hey, can you make our area safer to where our customers want to come down here, that they don't stay in the suburbs and be like, I'm not going downtown.
Not an unreasonable request.
It's not unreasonable. It's
Not
a
at
very
all.
reasonable request.
And the other thing is, a lot of the people here in Memphis feel like, because I remember I was on the NBA Now, trying to get like Gail Rose organized.
Yeah.
That we would go out and march for the Grizzlies and all that. They're like, well, why are we going to be this sucker community that pays for this and this and this? So we were talking about this before the show. This is the way it's done now.
This is the way it's done.
All over the country. You have to invest in these programs. And from an optics perspective, there would be nothing worse if this team were to pull up and leave.
That's absolutely.
Yeah.
You don't have to be a sports fan to not be able to not recognize that having a professional sports team helps your credibility as a major league city to the perception, to businesses who want to come here, to the economic viability of downtown. Being a major league city has a lot to do with that.
Especially if it's your only team.
Absolutely.
Only major league team. And then two, look how long, guys, it took us to get that. Remember how long we tried to get an NFL team?
Yep.
A futile attempt.
Yep.
They were going to call them the Memphis Hound Dogs. They're going to have pink uniforms.
They went
all
to
that stuff.
Jacksonville.
Yeah.
They're now the
Yeah.
Jaguars.
They're now the Jaguars.
We need to
dropped the
keep
ball on
this
that
team.
one.
We screwed that up.
Yeah, big time.
Screwed the
Big time.
pooch, so
Big
to
time.
speak. But, we got to keep this team. It's good for the city.
It is 100% good for the city. I think, and it's not unreasonable to ask for the neighborhood to be safe.
Not at all.
Is Memphis going to be the safest city in America? How do you guys feel living here?
Is it? I like.
Tell me.
Yeah, like I may be in the minority here. I'm not sure. I like that the National Guard is here.
I do too.
Whether the statistics are real or not, there's a
Yeah.
certain level of, I would say, psychological safety.
Sure.
People are feeling better. They're feeling safe.
I agree.
I'm not a big proponent of necessarily the ICE thing, ripping families apart.
No.
Don't
I don't
like that at
either.
all.
I don't like that
Nope.
either.
Hate it.
Yep.
I don't like
But,
that either.
we
could talk about that.
And I have a helicopter that goes over my house.
Right.
You know, it
I
is
mean, if you
Memphis
get
every day. I'm
arrested,
fine.
right, and you've done something illegal, and you are not a citizen of this country, I think it makes sense that we
Bye.
would deport you.
Bye.
Yeah. Knocking on doors to find,
No.
rip kids' homes, like, no, and nobody could agree on that.
I agree.
And I think what you're seeing is it's probably going so far this way so that it can end up somewhere in the middle. I don't know.
Sure.
I'm not a politician. I don't want to be a politician. I'm damn sure not defending politicians.
Yep.
I'm not in the game of doing that.
I'm not either.
But I do think our city is safer. even if it is a placebo effect.
It might be. And I'm apolitical, as you know, and I think you guys probably are too. I like to just say I'm kind of on the common sense side. I hope that I have a modicum of that, but I think it's a good thing.
I don't like trying to mix the two, the task force of all that and the deportation thing in the same.
Yeah,
mix those
conflating them together.
Those are two different. Those are two separate issues, and I
agree.
The task force of like taking care of crime. I like that part.
I
don't mind that. I do not mind them being here. What we're talking about with the deportation thing, it's probably a bit heavy-handed.
We're built on immigrants. This country always has been.
Maybe a little heavy-handed there, but if it makes it feel safer, if you park in a National Guard person outside the bars on Beale Street, and it makes people feel better about coming downtown, and there's less crime going out, why am I mad about that?
What's the downside? Unless you're doing bad stuff, what's the downside?
I'm not. Unless, like, if you're abusing your power, then yeah. Nobody's up for, like, abusal of police power, but if...
The upside of that is more tourism, more business attraction, and population growth. And, people like Memphis hasn't grown in 10 years. Okay, but Collierville's the fastest growing city in the country.
Yeah.
So it's
Semantics.
like
Shelby County is.
It's like this and that, right? Yeah. So we've got to figure it out. We got to work together in a tri-state area where you saw Google come over the city in West Memphis, and this is a power play, right? These data centers need power. So how do you not pull all the power out of MLGW where you go over across the river and pull power from them? And how do you know you go down to DeSoto County, you pull power from them? So you come together, and the business leaders working together to do that need a safe place to pitch.
Absolutely.
And when you bring those guys to town and they're hanging out in the Peabody and they're walking the walk from 4th Street and Danny Thomas to Main Street and Front Street, you need that revived and vibrant and clean.
Absolutely.
And, you came back from New York City. It's like there's people everywhere. It used to be that way. When I grew up in Memphis, you go downtown, there were people everywhere.
Yep. I don't know what Giuliani did back in the day to clean up New York, but it worked.
It worked.
I probably don't want to know everything. But
you may not want to know everything.
Point, it's like Disney World. I love it. It's so safe now. I feel safe in New York.
Yeah.
We can be the same here in Memphis.
I agree with that. I think every city is going to have the spots where it's a bad neighborhood and you don't want to go there. If you can make that only those bad neighborhoods. I mean, I don't want crime anywhere, but like if you keep the places that of business where you're hoping and needing the city and tourism to come into, keep those things safe. I think that having max effort for that, and statistically, it seems to be working.
Yeah.
Whether that's true or not, the statistics are showing it. I hope they're accurate.
Well, it starts with some core things, right? Your transportation and road systems, your airport has got to be great. And then you've got to have great attractions, right? And you think about, listen, Michelin just came into town and we didn't get any stars, but we got some notes on listing. Hog and Hominy, Felicia Suzanne's, Petals of a Peony, the Lobbyist downtown, right? So, I mean, these places are, Michelin's a big deal, right? Michelin, the way that thing started was Michelin wanted to burn tires. So they came up with this book and they were like, hey, these places are worth you burning rubber to go see, right? So you're getting these little nods, right? And we got to keep that momentum going. It's got continued investment.
I agree with that. Every time I go downtown, I feel like there's a new spot or a new little boutique hotel that I've never seen before.
Yeah, great
restaurant. What is that? Well, that's awesome. I want to go there.
Like, the Lobbyist is really good.
It's amazing.
I'm
book your family there. Take your dates there. Take your businesses. Like, go out and do Memphis. It's okay if you live in Olive Branch or South Haven or Germantown or Collierville. It's fine.
Listen, I think it's a positive. People inside the city should take a note from the people, the outsiders that are coming here to do business. That like they're coming here because like there's something about the city that is they find beneficial. Whether that's a tax break, whether it's it's affordable land, whether it's affordable power, whatever it is, they're finding a reason to come here. And we should be like investing in that as a community. Be like, okay, well, that's how do we expand this? How do we get involved with this to intertwine ourselves in this?
Yeah.
How do we welcome them to be like, oh, well, move here. Come on, bring your employees. This is great.
I love it. Tell the story.
Tell the
positive story. Use your social media. And when you're talking to your aunts and uncles and friends that live in other cities, Tell the good stories. Talk about the digital delta.
exactly
Talk
right.
about these great basketball teams. And I mean, there's so much stuff to do here in Memphis that you just got to get out and explore. I think there's more to do here than you probably realize.
I think that's 100% true. 100% true.
I mean, you've got a band that's playing every Friday night all over town.
Every
these
Friday
days.
night.
Go see the Neon
Not
Meters.
quite that
That's a
much,
start.
man. We are working more than I
Rocking
thought
and-
we ever would.
Rocking and rolling, baby.
Definitely more than I thought we ever would. All right. Let's. I think we've done a nice job with our Memphis love. Let's hit them with a lightning round of just stuff happening.
I love
Alex,
it.
I'm gonna hit you first.
So the best thing that I saw last week was Jake Paul get his jaw broken, and like I have to admit, like I'm kind of on the Jake Paul train. Like I kind of love to see this kid like was just a YouTuber Disney
Yeah.
kid, and like turn himself into this $1 billion machine. Like if your kid is on social media all the time, like. Don't tell your kid they're an idiot. Show their kid that guy. You can get your jaw broken for $180 million.
I mean,
Where do you
he's still
sign
kind
up?
of an idiot, but he's also a rich idiot. Like I don't find him. I don't like him. His personality at all. Like at least his public personality. I find him super annoying. However, I have nothing but respect for his ability to market and be a businessman. It's
Unbelievable.
incredible.
And learn a new trade, sort of. I mean,
sort
I
of.
guess he's a pugilist.
Yeah.
Right? I
Yeah.
mean, he's not Lennox Lewis, but
He is a mediocre to poor boxer,
good way to put it.
but however, is can sell a fight.
Maybe
Yeah,
the most watched
yeah.
boxer
Can
of all
sell
time.
a fight.
He might be the next Don King. He might just get out of the fighting part.
He
and
might
promote,
be.
You know?
I mean, honestly, like if you can, boxing has has so many problems with how they've run that sport, where they basically hid it away behind pay-per-view forever and made nobody care about it. And you have a not great boxer who has made boxing fun again.
A megastar, though, right?
A megastar,
Megastar.
who has made it must-see TV, who is generating millions of dollars for both him and his fighter and the network he's on, wherever he puts it. Like, that's awesome.
Kind of cool.
Like you got to tip the cap to him.
Kind of
Like
cool.
it's annoying.
And I don't know if
Yeah.
it was rigged or not. You're
I
on
don't
the
think
camp.
so.
You think? I mean, clearly his jaw being rigged was. I mean, broken.
His jaw was
I didn't
broke.
like that his hands were down. It kind of felt like he wanted his jaw to be broken to me. But who would? I don't know.
I
Yeah.
don't think he's ever been hit before like that.
Wow.
Is what I'm guessing, because he's never really fought like a real fighter who is not past his prime or hurt or coming off injury or whatever. Like, this is the first guy I think it's an actual true fighter, and I think this is the first time he was ever like, yo, this guy hits. And he was outweighed by like 35 pounds. I don't care who you are. If you're catching punches from a dude who's outweighs you by that much,
Yeah, dude was chiseled.
and a guy who knows how to throw a punch,
Yeah.
it's gonna hurt. And I think he was taken aback by that, at which point, ask any boxer. Like the first time you get really hit, it's harder to hold my arms up because my legs are done.
Mike Tyson said, right, everybody's got a plan to get punched in the
You get punched
face.
in. It's not like the guys that Mike Tyson were fighting wasn't professional boxers. He was also fighting professional boxers. It's just when he hit him, it hurt really bad.
Remember when Buster Douglas
Yeah.
knocked him down?
Yes.
Tyson. And I'm like, gosh.
Forget.
And Tyson was never really hit until Douglas caught
He was
popped him.
like,
He was
Tyson
"Hold
looked
on."
like that's what it feels like to get
Wait
hit.
a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of boxing that's rigged, and
I would watch it again.
Yeah.
If they were to fight again, I would watch.
Yeah.
I would do it again.
Jake Paul was outclassed. It was clear he was
Yeah.
outclassed, and I don't think he's in the business of trying to make himself look bad, because it also makes it more difficult for him to sell a new fight.
The Canelo fight, right?
If he is finally fought somebody real and they kind of got exposed and was like kept grabbing onto his legs and falling down all over the place, and you're like, yo, man, this is not a good look for you.
right.
However, sign me up. If it's on Netflix, I'll watch it again.
I'll watch it again.
Like, it makes
Already
boxing fun
subscribed.
again, and I love boxing.
And you know
Great
a real
boxing
boxer is going to take that seriously. Like, who is this
Who is
internet
this dude?
punk coming into my profession So he's going to knock the
And
shit
also,
out
he's
of
going to
him.
pay me $100 million,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I actually get to fight him.
Yeah.
Like I don't have to take a dive. He's going to pay me $100 million, and I get to fight. Let's go.
What a payday.
So I don't,
I know it's beautiful.
sign me up.
America, what a country.
Listen,
What a country.
for $100 million, I would get in the ring with Anthony Joshua.
I'll do it. I'll do it.
I would get the field
Anthony
position. I would
Joshua
run.
calling you out
I
right
would,
now.
I would run like that.
$180 million. You can break my jaw in two places, or anybody else for that matter.
If you ever want to fight a middle-aged guy who's way smaller than you, I'll do it.
Battle of the podcasters.
I will do
I'll
it.
drink out of a straw for 6 months for that kind of money.
I will do it. Greg, what you got going on? What's new?
So I know,
right.
like, our whole objective and our passion is to really glorify Memphis, the positive side. But I think also we need to have a little sense of humor about the way that we talk about Memphis sometimes and the so-called inferiority complex that we were talking about earlier. So I was watching the new Dave Chappelle concert on Netflix the other night, and he starts talking about what we were just mentioning about the National Guard being in different cities. So he says, well, you got the National Guard in California and Illinois and in Memphis. I'm going to paraphrase here. And he goes, those, in Memphis, they need that shit. They really need it. They stole 2 tanks, and it was hilarious. It was so funny to hear him say that.
Listen, also, be good at what you're good at.
Yeah.
If Grand Theft Auto is what we're good at, then
We are good at Grand Theft
That's
Auto.
what
We have been okay. You're right. Yeah, we should change that. We should fix the.
But
Grand
I think
Theft
we need
Auto
to
thing.
embrace that a little bit. We were talking about Philadelphia. People from Philadelphia aren't ashamed. Never met anyone from Philly that's ashamed to be from Philly. Or I moved from Philly because it's too gritty or the crime or whatever.
Absolutely.
They own it. And I think we have to have a sense of humor about it to a certain extent.
100%.
Not be masochistic.
No.
Just be like, okay, this is
Call
our
in South
reputation.
Memphis hype man for
We're
that thing.
Yeah. That's our first guest, maybe. Let's do it.
I love it.
So
That's
anyway,
good.
I thought it was good.
That's fantastic. I think, and this is I stand on this platform anytime I can. Go see live music. Go see live bands play. It's a lost thing, and I know it's hard. But now being a suburban dad, all the live music venues are not in our area. And I'll be honest with you. Hey, somebody open up a live music venue in the suburbs or in East Memphis. I honestly think if you picked up, the business model of kind of your Lafayette's, and Lafayette's is in Overton Square, and people will drive to Overton Square to go to that. If that was a little further east, to where it's not necessarily a late night place, it's good food, and it has real bands play there, with a real stage and a real PA, and you feel safe going to shows there. That doesn't exist in East Memphis or in the suburbs. You always have to go to Midtown or further closer to downtown or downtown to see good live music, or any live music for that matter. And I think I would love it if there was, wherever that exists, and I don't know where it exists out here, but I think it would be pretty great if somebody took the initiative to, whether it be a small club, your 250 seater, your 300 seater. Because you're gonna have to work it as a restaurant as well, because you're gonna have to serve families, because that's who lives out in the out east. It would be nice to have Crosstown's putting in a new 2,000 seat club there, which is awesome. I love having another nice live music venue, but the small club scene is gone.
Yeah.
There is Lafayette's and the High Tone, and what's the other small? Newbies is gone. The Bluff is gone. There's no more small club scene, live music scene in Memphis, which is a bummer, because there's a lot of really good.
Great.
There's a lot of local live music that is original live music that would be great to not be stuck in the Midtown area or the downtown area to see it, if you could get them out east. And there's a lot of touring acts that are small club acts or acoustic acts that could probably do well ticket-wise. Memphis is a tough ticket market. Sometimes it's the location. If you're selling an artist that is marketed to, I don't know, a 45 plus crowd, well, those people live out east, and they may have kids who they can't go downtown every night.
Yeah.
It would be cool to have a venue out there. So somebody, make that happen.
Make it happen. 250 seats.
Make that happen. And if not, go see a live band play anyway.
There's nothing better than live music. It just
really
stirs your
isn't.
soul, man. It is just unbelievable.
It is different.
And it doesn't matter who or what necessarily,
Yeah.
as long as it's decent.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, if you want to go see whatever band that's background music while you're at a bar drinking, I mean, that's fine too. But go to a show.
Yeah.
Go to like a show that it's designed to be a show for you to watch.
And don't scream out Freebird. Or do. Just whatever.
Don't.
Yeah.
That guy's at every concert I've ever played in my life. I don't know.
That's terrible.
I don't know how he does it.
Funny.
It's not
I don't know how he
funny.
does it. He doesn't
It's
have
not funny anymore,
not
though, is
funny.
it?
It's
Like,
long.
I remember that in the 70s, man.
Yeah.
Going to
It's
see
a tough
Kiss.
song. Like, who's
Yeah.
playing a 7-minute version of a song anymore?
It's
Like,
long.
Yeah.
It's long been played out. You don't have to yell Freebird anymore. Nobody thinks it's funny.
We've got the brain rot from the internet now. We
5
don't have the
minute song.
attention
Brain
span.
rot and
That's
rage
exactly
baiting.
right.
Yeah.
That's exactly right. So that's what we got to do. Support your local businesses. Buy your local beers. Go to a Tigers game for crying out loud.
Go Tigers, go.
Go Tigers,
Barbecue.
go see some live music. And what we really need from you guys, looking to you right in the camera, I'm looking at you in the eyes. We want to hear the great stuff happening in Memphis. If you have a cool story, if you have a cool event, if you're like, I've got this great party happening, or I've got a community event happening, or there's a basketball team who's doing some cool stuff, or whatever, we want to hear about it because we want to talk about and tell people what cool is happening in Memphis. And you know how to do that? We have a website. It's called whereitsatmemphis.com. We even have an email address because we're the Digital Delta. We're fancy. Stories at whereitsatmemphis.com. Send us an email. If that's too much to deal with, you're like, this is email addresses and websites. I can't remember any of this stuff. We're going to probably have it in captions. Scott's going to put it up on board. No, he's not going to put it up on the board. He can't do that. It costs extra. But if you can't remember any of that, my name's J.R. Moore. I have an Instagram and Facebook and Twitter and X and TikTok. You can send it there at JR More Music. Greg, what do you have?
Greg Graber. I've got everything. Facebook, Twitter, or it's X now.
It's X. Yeah, I still call it Twitter.
Instagram, TikTok.
Greg Graber's got everything. Alex, what do you
And
have?
Alex is TheAlexRas, the Alex Raz, Alex Rasmussen on Facebook. Follow us on Instagram. Send us those stories to our DMs. Just connect with us.
Connect with
Just hang
us.
out with us.
We
If
wanna
you
hear
love
it.
Memphis, it's really your duty now. It's your civic duty to get behind this show.
That's exactly right. Thank you guys for watching. We have had a great time, and we're going to have so many more great times, and we hope you join us. That's Alex Rasmussen. That's Greg Graber. My name's J.R. Moore. You're listening to the Where It's At podcast. Subscribe, hit the bell, whatever the things you got to do to come back and see us again, because we'd love to have you with us. Thanks for watching. See you next time.